Here we simply had no choice whatsoever. We absolutely had to give it to the oldest Polish fraternal organization in the United States, and by doing so, honor once again the 150th anniversary of their existence. This graphic, let's focus on this for a second. This graphic perfectly shows what the PRCUA life is all about. It's 150-year-long journey from its founding fathers and humble beginnings through rich history and tradition. It shows the values that are closest to the Union's heart, its commitment to the Polish culture and Polish heritage and traditions, commitment to the young generation, to education and to sports. It also shows that PRCUA's focus is on the future. The new PRCUA Life logo is not just a feather donned in Polish and American flag. It is an umbrella under which every family can find a modern-day protection. And we have a huge logo of the PRCUA right there. Let's use it as a photo frame. Everybody should walk out of here with a photo under that umbrella extended by the Polish Roman Catholic Union of America. Let's watch a brief video about the history and future of the Polish Roman Catholic Union of America.
W 2023 roku Polonia amerykańska świętowała jubileusz 150-lecia zjednoczenia polskiego rzymskokatolickiego w Ameryce. Kulminacją celebracji była uroczysta msza święta i bankiet, które zgromadziły członków PRCUA, jej władze, pracowników organizacji, przyjaciół, rodziny, szkoły, zespoły ludowe i licznie przybyłych reprezentantów środowisk polonijnych z Chicago, z terenu kraju, a nawet z Polski. Spotkaliśmy się 150 lat później, aby uczcić kamień milowy, uhonorować założycieli PRCUA i podziękować tysiącom członków i działaczy PRCUA, którzy stworzyli tą długą i bogatą historię. PRCUA, zwana matką wszystkich polonijnych organizacji, choć wiekowa, ciągle czuje się młoda.
We're vibrant, we're youthful.
Jesteśmy pełni życia, jesteśmy młodzi, mamy dużą reprezentację młodzieży. Planujemy dalszy wzrost, rozwój i pomyślną przyszłość. Zamierzamy nadal wspierać polsko-amerykańską społeczność, pielęgnować kulturę i ożywiać dziedzictwo. Pielęgnacja dziedzictwa to tylko jeden z filarów misji PRCUA. Uznana przez branżowe media za najszybciej rozwijającą się braterską ubezpieczalnię typu Fraternal Zjednoczenie, liczy dziś ponad 42 000 członków i 43 000 certyfikatów ubezpieczeń na życie i kont emerytalnych. Ale śmiało można powiedzieć, że przez 150 lat istnienia PRCUA zabezpieczyło finansową przyszłość milionów członków. Od 2019 roku pod nowym szyldem i unowocześnionym logo PRCUA Life. To, co wyróżnia PRCUA od innych instytucji finansowych, to parasol dodatkowych korzyści członkowskich rozpostarty nad jej członkami na każdym etapie ich życia. Od wsparcia dla wdów i sierot, budowy szpitali, szkół, kościołów i domów dziecka kiedyś, pomoc dla Polski w najtrudniejszych historycznie warunkach, przez patronat nad drużynami skautów i cór Zjednoczenia, po polskie szkoły i zespoły ludowe. Dziś PRCUA wspiera finansowo naukę języka polskiego i tańca ludowego w 28 placówkach i grupach w stanach Illinois, Indiana, Michigan i Ohio, dofinansowując około 1300 uczniów i tancerzy.
Musimy dalej popierać te polskie szkoły języka polskiego. Musimy dalej, tutaj w Stanach, musimy dalej te zespoły popierać. To jest nasz folklor. Ten ludowy taniec pokazuje naszą tożsamość. Żeby to wszczepić w naszej młodzieży jest bardzo ważne. I tradycje. To właśnie mam do rodziców prośby. Zapiszcie się sami. Zapiszcie waszych dzieci do tych szkół, do tego wszystkiego, ale najpierw do Zjednoczenia Polskiego Rzymskokatolickiego w Ameryce, żebyśmy mogli dalej przez następne 150 lat kontynuować naszą misję.
Misja zakłada Zakłada też wsparcie dla rozwoju sportowego członków. Od lat 20. XX wieku, gdy w PRCUA powstały departamenty młodzieżowy i sportowy, PRCUA zorganizowało i sponsorowało już 88 turniejów koszykówki, 84 ogólnokrajowe turnieje kręgla, 70 turniejów golfa, 66 turniejów softballa i 6 turniejów siatkówki dla dorosłych, którymi od 1990 roku zawiaduje Departament Braterski. Historia PRCUA kryje wiele fascynujących rozdziałów, faktów i dat. Najważniejsza to oczywiście moment stworzenia organizacji w 1873 roku. Ojcowie założyciele organizacji to ksiądz Teodor Gieryk z parafii świętego Alberta w Detroit w Michigan, ksiądz Wincenty Barzyński, CR z parafii świętego Stanisława Kostki w Chicago oraz ksiądz Leopold Moczygęba, twórca pierwszej polskiej kolonii w Stanach Zjednoczonych, Panna Maria w Teksasie. To właśnie z tego duchowego grona wywodzi się PRCUA, mający swoje korzenie w falach imigrantów podróżujących pod koniec XIX wieku z rozbitej przez rozbiory Polski do Stanów Zjednoczonych w poszukiwaniu lepszego, wolnego od ucisku politycznego życia. Pokolenie ludzi, którzy znaleźli się w obcym kraju, ale z niewzruszoną nadzieją i pragnieniem budowania dziedzictwa, stworzyło fundamenty najstarszej istniejącej polskiej organizacji braterskiej w Stanach Zjednoczonych. Ta organizacja zrobiła tak wiele dla naszej społeczności, nie tylko w rejonie Chicago, ale w całym kraju. To organizacja jednocząca ludzi. Ideą braterstwa jest działanie dla dobra wspólnoty i realny wpływ na życie ludzi. PRCUA rzeczywiście to robi i to od 150 lat. Jak widać, pomysł ojców założycieli był trafny i nadal świetnie funkcjonuje. Zlokalizowana u zbiegu ulic Milwaukee i Augusta siedziba PRCUA w Chicago to swoisty polonijny pałac kultury. Wybudowany w 1913 roku obiekt tętni życiem Polonii, będąc nie tylko biurem głównym PRCUA, ale także domem dla powstałego w 1935 roku Muzeum Polskiego w Ameryce, zachowującego skarby polskiej historii i sztuki dla teraźniejszego i przyszłych pokoleń. PRCUA jest dumnym założycielem muzeum i stałym donatorem tej placówki. Budynek PRCUA mieści też bibliotekę, drukarnię i redakcję wydawanej od 1886 roku gazety PRCUA, znanej od 1897 jako Naród Polski. Siedziba PRCUA historycznie była miejscem spotkań polonijnych liderów, goszcząc tak wybitne osobistości jak Ignacy Jan Paderewski, Władysław Sikorski, Maria Curie-Skłodowska czy papież Jan Paweł II, pozostając zawsze zaangażowana w najważniejsze wydarzenia lokalne, polskie i światowe. Przywódcy PRCUA aktywnie działali politycznie, opowiadając się za amerykańskimi prawami i polityką, które służyłyby Polsce i Polonii na terenie Stanów Zjednoczonych. Ówczesny prezes PRCUA Józef Kania odegrał istotną rolę w utworzeniu Kongresu Polonii Amerykańskiej, w którego zarządzie oficerowie PRCUA służą do dziś. To właśnie współpraca z innymi polonijnymi organizacjami i wsparcie dla ich działalności jest zdaniem PRCUA kluczem do sukcesu i przetrwania.
Częścią tego klucza, można powiedzieć, to jest właśnie wsparcie polonijnych organizacji, które jeszcze istnieją i prężnie działają i wspomagają nie tylko Polonię, ale też różne działalności w Stanach Zjednoczonych, więc musimy wspierać te organizacje, aby kontynuowały i równocześnie brać udział w różnych wydarzeniach, w różnych programach i być członkami. Życzę oczywiście, aby ta organizacja przetrwała, życzę, aby członkowie cieszyli się tym, co organizacja może dla nich zrobić, co organizacja może dla nich stworzyć, dla przyszłych generacji i życzę, aby właśnie ten jubileusz był takim wzbudzeniem tej bardzo charakterystycznej dumy, która poprowadzi organizację do przyszłości.
Big round of applause for the whole Truman Catholic Union. Ladies and gentlemen, it is now my pleasure to give the floor to Mrs. Alicja Ota, Editor-in-Chief of Dziennik Związkowy Polish Daily News.
gentlemen, distinguished guests. In accordance with our long-standing tradition, when our newspaper celebrates its birthday, we award our honorable distinction to people or organizations who have made outstanding contributions to the Polish community. This time, Polish Daily News is honoring the Polish Roman Catholic Union of America with the title of the Person of the Year 2023. This oldest Polish fraternal organization celebrates the 150th anniversary of its existence and great undertakings and tasks this last year. PRCUA is, like we just found out, founding father of Polish Museum in America. PRCUA has been undertaking initiatives for a century and a half to strengthen the Polish national heritage in Chicago. PRCUA supports the Polish community as an ethnic community in Chicago by sponsoring the numerous activities like folk dancing groups, artistic and sports groups, Polish schools, and also is undertaking charitable initiatives and is offering insurance policies and other financial instruments that help our community. Our newspaper talked to the president of PRCU, Mr. James Robaczewski, vice president Mrs. Micheline Misia-Jamiński, and secretary-treasurer Mrs. Agnieszka Bastrzyk about the activities of PRCUA, the organization's achievements and the challenges it has faced over the years and its plans for the future. We presented the interview in the New Year's issue of Polish Daily News, as well as the history of the organization. Ladies and gentlemen, tonight you will receive this special issue with the interview and the history of PRCUA as the souvenir of this evening. This is, I'm talking about this newspaper, and this is available to you tonight, this newspaper. I encourage you to read the interview and the history of PRCUA that we published in our newspaper. Our Persons of the Year, PRCUA, joins the group of previous awardees that Mr. Dudka already was talking about, so I'm not gonna repeat that. We would like to extend our heartfelt congratulations and thanks to our awardees, PRCUA, for their great works on behalf of the Polish community. We wish you further success and the fulfillment of your ambitious goals. Celebrating 116th birthday of our newspaper, I would like to thank our readership for reading Dziennik Związkowy, Polish Daily News, and thank our advertisers and sponsors for their support. I would like to express a special thanks to the sponsors of this evening, including Consulate General of Republic of Poland in Chicago, the Bauman Law firm, and the Polish Investment and Trade Agency. Finally, I would like to express my gratitude to Mr. Frank Spula, the publisher of Polish Daily News, for his support, and to Mr. Łukasz Dudka, General Manager, and our talented team for their great cooperation and contribution, which make our newspaper great. Dear guests, thank you for listening, and I wish you a wonderful evening. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, Alicja Otaw, Editor-in-Chief of Polish Daily News. And yes, you heard right, it's our 116th birthday, there will be a cake. It is my pleasure to give the floor now to Mrs. Agata Grochowska, Vice Consul of the Republic of Poland in Chicago. Pani konsul, prosimy.
President of the Roman Catholic Union of America, Mr. James Robaczewski, Editor-in-Chief at Polish Daily News, Ms. Alicja Ota, representatives of media, ladies and gentlemen. We honor today a unique organizations who epitomize the true spirit, the resilience and courage of those first 19th century migrants who, after escaping the chains of oppression, look to start a new life so far from home. The Polish Daily News Person of the Year Gala is the rightful conclusion to a year-long celebration of the monumentous occasion of the 150th anniversary of the Polish Roman Catholic Union of America. This remarkable milestone stands as a testament to the unwavering commitment and dedication of the PRCUA in supporting the Polish language, cultural traditions, and the Polish diaspora in the United States. The journey that began in 1873 has evolved into a legacy of service, unity, and cultural preservation that has spanned over a century and a half. The PRCUA's steadfast dedication to nurturing the Polish identity within the United States is truly commendable. Mr. Robaczewski, through efforts of all past and present employees at the PRCUA, countless members of Polonia were provided a sense of belonging to their community. For that, there can be no doubt that PRCUA contributed significantly to the diverse fabric of American society. The PRCUA's distinctive Roman Catholic approach sets you apart from others, reflecting a deep connection with the Catholic Church. Your consistent support for the initiatives strengthening the bond between religion and the Polish nation showcases commitment to the well-being of the Polish diaspora. Partnerships with the Polish Museum of America and support for Polish community organizations demonstrate dedication to preserving the spirit of the Polish diaspora. Congratulations on the Person of the Year title, and thank you for 150 years of service, dedication, and commitment to preserving Polish heritage in the United States. May your legacy continue inspiring generations. Thank you and have a pleasant evening. Dziękuję bardzo.
Dziękuję bardzo, Pani Consul. Ladies and gentlemen, Agata Grochowska, Vice Consul General of Republic of Poland in Chicago. Thank you so much. And I want to stress that this event also is in part financed by the funds of Polish Consulate in Chicago. So thank you so much. Our next speaker will be Mr. Frank Spula, the publisher of Polish Daily News and the president of Polish National Alliance and Polish American Congress. Mr. Publisher.
Thank you, Mr. Master of Ceremonies here. I'd like to say good evening, ladies and gentlemen, for one. And you know, it's really a pleasure for me to welcome you here this evening and see so many of you here in the audience. It gives me great pleasure to recognize the Person of the Year, or I should say, the Organization of the Year here tonight. You know, it's so great to see so many elected officials and representatives of various organizations. And that's what brings you here tonight. It's our commitment to the organization, to our community itself. To begin with, I'd like to congratulate the youngest members here this evening who participated in the literary contest sponsored by the Polish National Alliance. They are really truly leaders of our community, and they really exemplified that by their talents here this evening, whether it's their music abilities or their literary concepts. And I'm certain that their Polish is really fluent, much better probably than mine, but I never had the opportunity to go to Polish school. But what can I say? I really tried my best. At this time, I'd like to reach out and acknowledge our advertisers and readers who support our paper. So please continue advertising and purchasing the paper. But also, I'd like to recognize the sponsors here tonight, as was recognized by our editor. It's really important that our sponsors are here with us tonight, and I'd say a sincere thank you for being here tonight and sponsoring the oldest Polish newspaper here, ethnic newspaper in the United States. The Polish Daily News, or as we call it, the Dziennik Związkowy, has a milestone in the publishing industry. Existing since the late 1800s, beginning in the 1900s, there were numerous Polish newspapers in the country. However, many of them are gone today, and we are still what? We're still publishing. And it's thank goodness that we have people like you that keep on buying and advertising within us, within this organization, within the newspaper. The founders of the Polish National Alliance, and I underscore Polish National Alliance, had a tremendous foresight in developing the need for Polish publication to keep the community informed and united. Today, the Dziennik Związkowy is really the only Polish language newspaper here in Chicago, and probably in the world as far as being published on a daily basis. The reason for all these years of success are the employees and the management. At this anniversary, I would like to recognize the manager, Mr. Dudko. With the office manager, Ms. Fedovich. And the entire team of the Polish Daily News for arranging this event. Let's give them a hand, folks. It takes a team effort to contribute to the success and implement changes for changing and turbulent times. From the graphic design team, ad takers, to the editorial staff, under the distinguished leadership of Mrs. Otap as chief editor. Not only working with her, but knowing her over the years. She exemplifies dedication and commitment to her profession throughout her entire career. Dziękuję, Pani Ota. This year, we as Dziennik Związkowy and the Polish National Alliance have the privilege and honor of presenting a well-deserved organization. An organization that has been around for over 100 years, as the previous speakers mentioned. A milestone in the industry, and I'm saying the financial industry or the fraternal industry itself. The Polish Roman Catholic Union of America has a beautiful history, and it was shown here on the video. It's a beautiful history, and it's something that they can be proud of, and as we as Polish Americans can be proud of just as well. It's as the oldest Polish fraternal, and I often hear that, we're the oldest, and I've heard Mr. President, Mr. Obaszewski always rub it in, but his predecessors did the same, but that's okay, we take it at face value, James. Yeah, okay, thank you, I appreciate that, thank you, we are the lives, we try to play that down a little bit, over the years, you've helped Polish immigrants throughout your life insurance programs, and that really was very important because you've reached out to touch lives and you've helped many people over the years, and that's what organizations such as the Polish Roman Catholic Union, Polish National Alliance, and other fraternals did as well. When the immigrants came to this country, life insurance was a very costly instrument to purchase, and it was, thank goodness, the organizations that started actually in Meadville, Pennsylvania in 1863. And that's why these organizations started springing up. And it's thanks to these organizations that we're able to help millions of people across the world. Your organization, the Polish Roman Catholic Union, has had over 1 million folks go through the portals of your organization. And they have kept the spirit of life of Polonia through education, folklore, and support of the Polish Museum of America. That's very important. You have a gem within your organization that you can be proud of. And we should be proud of that we have such a museum within our city of Chicago, and the United States itself. They've kept the traditions of Poland, our culture, and magnificent history, and the Catholic faith alive. The Catholic faith. The Polish Roman Catholic Union is no stranger to me. I've been a member since my childhood, and I'm very proud of that. And I made those Saturday practices for many years, which I really, really detested. So I can understand where kids don't want to go to Polish Saturday school. But I did that for years, and I remember walking, because we lived about 1.5 miles from the old museum, and then somebody would drive us back, and I really didn't like it. But I'm so glad that my parents forced me. I'm so glad that my parents forced me to do that. And I acknowledge the PRCU for achievements for 1.5 centuries of this initiative and good works that you have done for the community and for the people living in our city and the world itself. As a large organization, you have committed with ever-changing times. Through your business acumen, you've contributed to your accomplishment. Because if you didn't change, you wouldn't be here. You changed your logo, you changed your name, altering the governance policy, which is very important in this day and age, and we hear that so much from the American Fraternal Alliance. Your presence is recognized at various events taking place throughout the city, throughout our communities, and throughout all the areas that you're licensed to do business in. I'd like to mention in my observation that as an organization, you are truly defenders of the Polish culture and spiritual heritage, which has joined people together for all these years. As a Polish Americans, we are grateful to you that you were the first Polish fraternal, Jim. First, I underscore that, I understand. Thanks to you, if it wasn't for you, maybe the Polish National Alliance was formed a few years later. If there was no PRCU, maybe there'd be no PNA today. So we're grateful to I would say our fathers, our mothers, as whatever we now call it, but more importantly, you're a good partner and a good friend as well, and I'm talking about the organization. We're good friends working for the same cause as fellow fraternalists, improving our communities by bringing people together and helping and servicing people more than anything else. We help people out. We help people out, and we can see that if somebody passes away, who do they call? They really don't call Prudential, they don't call Metropolitan, they call either the Polish Roman Catholic Union, Polish National Alliance, or other fraternal if they can help out. They actually do, and we have those calls all the time. On behalf of the Polish Daily News and the Polish National Alliance as its owner, I mention again your organization as being a good overseer in promoting ethnic causes. As a community, we are much stronger because of that. On a personal note, I'd want to mention the executive officers of the PRCU, which I've known over the years and respect for their professionalism and high ethical standards. I'll start off maybe with Miss Agnieszka Baszczyk, the youngest treasurer elected for the PRCU, for the Polish Roman Catholic of America, who is very much engaged in the Polish American community, and I've observed her in action in various organizations and numerous times. The organization is very fortunate to have her on board. She is compassionate and caring. As a community, we can be proud of Ms. Baszczyk for her involvement as leadership, as we seek to involve more young Polish Americans within our organization. She serves as an excellent role model. Congratulations and thank you. You know, the next individual, Vice President Yaminski, Misha Yamin. I know her as Misha, not Michaelina or whatever. I get that mixed up all the time. I call her Misha. And I misspelled her last name for a long time too, until she corrected me. Who I've known for many, many years, whose family was engaged in Polish and community causes. And that's where she followed in the footsteps of her parents, and they set the tone for her. She was lucky that she had parents like that, who really were role models for her, as well as her sister And you've done an outstanding job, Misha. You will certainly know it when she enters the room, because she immediately lights up with her bright spirit and magnetic energy when she starts talking. She is dedicated to cultivating Polish culture, caring about Polish American causes, and is dedicated to values of service and fraternalism. In addition, she's a talented dancer and a choreographer. Besides that, she wears another hat. She serves as treasurer of the Polish American Congress, which I consider a true fraternal sister and a friend. God bless you, Misha. Thank you. Now we come to the big guy. Big guy. I say big guy because you told me you're taller than I am and you weigh a little more than I. So, I let you slide on that now. But at one time I was taller than you, though. Okay. It's Mr. James Robaszewski who has led this organization since 2018 and has exhibited his numerous talents from leading the organization and his singing abilities. He's a great singer, and I'll tell you what, maybe he's going to sing for us at the end. Mr. Robaszewski is really a charismatic individual with really a big heart, radiating warmth and kindness. Best of all, he is always ready with a joke and smile. Those who are kind, those are the kind of people that we need in the world more than anything else. Someone that can take a joke, tell a joke, receive a joke, and smile about it and make nothing of it. We will certainly never find another James or Jim Robaszewski. The organization is fortunate to have you, but so is your family, and so are we as friends of you and this organization itself. On behalf of the Polish Daily News, the Polish National Alliance, it gives me great pride to recognize your organization for your hard work, cooperation, and being such a good friend for all these years. All I can say in a couple of words, congratulations on a job well done. Your recognition here tonight on the 150th anniversary is tremendous. It's a tremendous milestone that very few organizations or businesses achieve. And you, under your leadership, your previous officers, and the organization itself with the members have done a great job. And by all means, we wish your members all the best. For another, I'm not going to say maybe 200 years. I don't know, I can't even tell you. Maybe we won't be here 200 years from now, 50 years from now. But in one word, gratulacje I dziękuję. Thank you for your service. And God bless you. And you, ladies and gentlemen.
Thank you so much. Big round of applause for Mr. Frank Spula, the publisher of Polish Daily News and the president of Polish National Alliance and Polish American Congress. So, ladies and gentlemen, this is the moment we have all been waiting for. I'd like to invite Mr. Frank Spula, the publisher, and Mrs. Alicja Otap, editor-in-chief of Dziennik Związkowy, right here in front of me. Mr. Spula, Pani Alicjo. I also want to invite Mr. Robaszewski, Mrs. Jamiński, and Mrs. Bastrzyk. So, ladies and gentlemen, this award right over here will be now awarded to the Polish Roman Catholic Union America. Ladies and gentlemen, it is my honor to announce that the Polish Daily News 2023 Person of the Year Award goes to the Polish Roman Catholic Union of America, PRCUA Live. Huge congratulations to the Polish Roman Catholic Union of America. Polish Daily News 2023 Person of the Year. And now I'd like to invite Mr. Robaszewski to say a few words. Yes. Yes, absolutely.
Hey, listen, I'm sorry. Hey, before we let the the honoree saying a few words, you know, we've got to do this. Just like his comments was on, if you heard what he had to say at the 150th anniversary, at the banquet that was held in Oak Brook. Let's party and have a good time. And he's not going to sing, maybe he's going to dance, but I don't know, we don't know.
I'll be brief. I had a speech written, but you saw the video, and it's like, that's in the speech. Speaking from just off the top of my head, when Łukasz called us to say he needed to speak with us. We're like, okay, what's he want? The three of us sat, and so he came and he said, we want to name you our Person of the Year, the PRCUA, for 150 years. And it's like, and the three of us looked at each other like, really? And so he said, sure. So that was it was a great thing, and we're very, very excited to be here. Like I said, the speech I have is talking about our history. You've seen our history. You know what we've done. We were founded in 1873 at St. Alberta's Parish in beautiful Detroit, Michigan. They got together and decided we needed to have a voice, because the people who came here were Polish here, but not Polish on paper. They came over as either Russians, Prussians, or Hungarian, Austrians. So when they got here, we didn't have a voice anywhere, because we were united by heart, but not by an organization. So the gentlemen got together, met, and decided to put together the Polish Roman Catholic Union of America, keeping our heritage and our culture close to our heart, and to support each other. If you're not familiar with how fraternals work, fraternals are based on the old guild system from the Middle Ages. So we had all the blacksmiths got together, and one blacksmith might have smashed his hand. They all got together and gave like a widows and orphans fund. That's what fraternals are. All with the like being, if you're Polish, or if you're German, or Greek, or Norwegian. All the different ethnic groups. There are about 54 fraternal organizations left in the United States as part of the AFA, as we are. And we get together and share our stories. We, as stated, are the oldest Polish organization in the country. We are not the oldest fraternal organization, because I think at least the Foresters are older than us. I think they're 1869, I believe. But we got together to form a group to lobby for Poland, for Polish people, because the hierarchy in the Catholic Church at that time was between the Irish and the Germans, and we had nothing. So we got together and formed the organization. And over the years, the PRCUA has supported language in schools, as it said, and dance groups, the Polish Museum of America, the Polish Library, things like that. And we continue to support organizations throughout the country. We are licensed in 27 states, so we have people going from New Hampshire and Vermont down to Florida and all the way across to California. I would really like to to close this up. I got a duck in my pocket, sorry. That was my cue to close up. To close it up, I'd like to really thank Mr. Spula and as publisher and the executive committee for the Polish National Alliance, as well as Łukasz and Alicia for giving us this award. This is a high honor for us. We are excited about it. And I don't sound like I'm excited, but I am. And I don't have a song. Someone said I should sing a thank you song, and the one song I can think of isn't appropriate, if you know. So we won't be singing it yet. But thank you very much. I appreciate it, and enjoy the rest of your night.
Thank you so much. Big round of applause for Mr. James Robaczewski, President of the Polish Roman Catholic Union of America, PRCUA Live, who this very moment spoke for the very first time in his career as the Polish Daily News Person of the Year, leader of the Person of the Year. It is my great honor to invite to the podium the Vice President of the Polish Roman Catholic Union of America, Mrs. Misia Jamiński.
Dobry wieczór Państwu. W głębi serca pragniemy wyrazić ogromną wdzięczność za nadanie naszej organizacji PRCUA prestiżowego tytułu Człowieka Roku. To niezwykle zaszczytne wyróżnienie stanowi dla nas ogromne źródło dumy i motywacji do dalszej pracy na rzecz Polonii. Drzwi do naszej organizacji otworzyliśmy w roku 1873 i przez 150 lat pozostały one otwarte. Każdy członek, każdy wysiłek, każde osiągnięcie i każde wyróżnienie daje nadzieję, że pozostanie otwarte przez wiele, wiele lat. Patrząc w przyszłość, wierzę, że kolejne pokolenie będzie aspirowało do świętowania 200-lecia PRCUA. Nasze 150-lecie wywołuje głęboką refleksję nad tym, co zapoczątkowało jej konieczność, przyczyniło się do jej przetrwania, ukształtowało jej ewolucję i zdeterminowało jej obecny status. Zawsze pamiętajcie o swojej misji. PRCUA poprzez swoich liderów i członków dołożyła wszelkich starań, aby to Stowarzyszenie Braterskiej Pomocy pozostało istotnym, integralnym partnerem społeczności Polonii i branży ubezpieczeniowej. Z jednej strony organizacja kulturalna i charytatywna na rzecz swoich członków i społeczeństwa. Z drugiej strony działalność niedochodową, zajmującą się ubezpieczeniami na życie i kontami emerytalnymi. Zbalansowanie tych dwóch elementów jest łatwiejsze niż wyjaśnianie systemu braterskiego, nawet naszym członkom i całej wspólnocie. A jednak istniejemy i to ponad 150 lat. Chciałabym przytoczyć cytat naszego polskiego papieża, świętego Jana Pawła II, który może przyświecać zarówno naszej organizacji, jak i każdemu z nas indywidualnie. To Jezus wzbudza w Was pragnienie zrobienia czegoś wielkiego ze swoim życiem, wolę podążania za ideałem, nie poddawanie się przeciętności, angażować się w poprawę siebie i społeczeństwa, czyniąc świat bardziej ludzkim i bardziej braterskim. Docenienia PRCUA przez redakcję Dziennika Związkowego tytułem Człowieka Roku jest dla nas potwierdzeniem, że nasze starania mają rzeczywisty wpływ na życie społeczności polonijnej w Stanach Zjednoczonych. Dziękujemy za zaufanie i uznanie naszych działań. Dziękując Wam, chcielibyśmy wręczyć certyfikaty 150-lecia PRCUA i zapraszam teraz Panią Agnieszkę Wastrzyk, sekretarz skarbnik PRCUA.
Drodzy Państwo, prosimy Pana Franka Spurę, Panią Alicję Ota na scenę i Pana Łukasza Dudkę właśnie do tej prezentacji. Certyfikat 150-lecia PRCUA.
Thank you so much. This is totally unexpected. Thank you so much. We appreciate it very, very, very much. So, congratulations. It is a well-deserved honor. Congratulations to the entire PRCUA leadership, management, and staff. You really, truly deserve this for wonderful 150 years, and we wish you, just as Mr. Spula said, many, many more. Ladies and gentlemen, there is just one more thing to do. Celebrate the 116th birthday of the Polish Daily News. But before we will cut the amazing birthday cake, we want to once